Good morning. We will pay attention to bank reconciliation today when we correct the entries direct in the bank account and we don't do the corrections in the cash receipts and cash payments journal. The inexperienced bookkeeper of Crazy Kids is unable to balance the bank reconciliation statement on the 31st of May. If we look at this bank reconciliation statement that he gave us, it means that this is the entries that he thought should appear in the bank reconciliation statement. We will prepare a new bank reconciliation statement with the entries that he indicated plus additional entries if there are things that he didn't record in the bank reconciliation statement. And then we will also record all the entries in the bank account to determine what is the bank balance. So this bank balance that was given by him for 6,500 is the balance that we will start in our bank account. It was a credit balance, so in the bank account, on the credit side, we will open the account with a balance of 6,500. This balance in the bank account, and when he calculated the figures after he completed the bank recon, does not agree with the bank statement that reflected an overdraft of 2413. So at the end of May, according to the bank statement, we have an overdraft of 2413, and we will start our bank reconciliation statement with the 2413. According to the information, it's a bank overdraft. In our books, a bank overdraft is on the credit side of the bank. So in the books of the bank, it will be a debit balance, and we will show that the balance reflected on the bank statement is 2413. On investigation, you discovered the following transactions which appeared on the bank statement but was not completed by the bookkeeper. So if it already appeared on the bank statement, we will not record it on the bank recon. We will only record it in our bank account to indicate that these entries must still be completed in the books of the business. A check for 500 received from Saluki in settlement of his account of 557 was dishonored by the bank due to insufficient funds. When we deposited the check, we recorded in the cash receipts journal, so it was entered on the debit side of the bank. Therefore, we will credit the bank account and show that the debtors now owe us this money again, and we will debit the debtors control account. The bank had charged 20 Rand in respect of bank charges and 85 Rand in respect of interest on overdraft. So the interest on overdraft and the bank charges will reduce the amount of money in the bank and will be recorded on the credit side of my bank account. A fixed deposit of 1,000 had matured. The capital sum plus interest of 120 had been deposited directly into the bank. So we have to show this direct deposit in my bank account because the money in the bank increased. And we will show that the fixed deposit account will be credited with 1,000 and interest on fixed deposit will be credited with 120 Rand. Check number 101 was drawn during November 2014 in favor of Soweto Advertising in respect of catalogs printed. Now, if we see it's an old date, we always have to calculate and see if this check is more than 6 months old, because then it's stale and you have to cancel it. So if it was issued in November, it's December, January, February, March, April, May. So it means this check is older than 6 months and we have to cancel this check. When we issued it, we recorded it on the credit side of the bank in the cash payments journal. So if we want to cancel it, we will do it on the debit side of the bank and show that we owe this money to the creditor again. A check to ABC traders for 4,000 in settlement of account of 4456 was dishonored due to insufficient funds. This discount period expired, so we will not get the discount in the future. I will cancel the check in the bank on the debit side, because when we originally issued the check, we wrote it on the credit side, so now I cancel it on the debit side. Debit order for 228 in favor of Telkom for the telephone account appeared on the bank statement. So the bank made this payment on behalf of the business, and you have to show that this 228 is removed from your bank account to pay for the telephone. After we recorded all these entries, we will work out the balancing figure. So I will add up the credit side, subtract the debit side, and I see that the balance is 2113 on the credit side. I will open a bank reconciliation statement, and I will record the entries that the bookkeeper recorded for the outstanding checks and for the outstanding deposit. Then I will enter the credit balance according to the bank account that we've just completed. And when I do this, I can see that the debit side and the credit side is equal. So we corrected all the mistakes. What did we learn today? Use the balance according to the bank statement as an opening balance in the bank reconciliation statement. That means you must use the closing balance in your bank statement where the bank stopped the account so that we can enter the additional entries. Use the incorrect balance in the bank reconciliation statement to determine what is the opening balance in your bank account. Record all the entries that will affect your bank balance in the bank account, indicating the account that will be credited when you debit the bank account or the account that will be debited when you credit your bank account. Record closing balance of the bank account in the new bank reconciliation statement, and if all the errors and mistakes and omissions were completed, the debit side and the credit side should be the same.